quite that Brendan, Emma, Sienna, I've got Brianna, they've got all open activity in lesson 1. I believe it starts on page 3. If you'd have it turned there, when I say activity A, I want you to call back to me activity A. So activity A.
Activity A.
That is helpful for me. One other thing that you can do when I call that out is I want you to point to that activity. Just by saying it doesn't show me you're ready to go. So like right now, Adam, I need your notebook open, ready to go on lesson 1, activity A. So 2 things you're going to do. When I say activity A, you're going to say
Activity A.
and then the second thing you're going to do, just like Sienna and Eric did, is you can point to it with your pencil, you can point to it with your finger, but you're going to point to that particular activity. So let's try it. Activity A.
Activity A.
Awesome. If you'll read along, activity A says it's an oral activity. You won't need your pencil for this activity. I'm going to read some words. I'm going to read these words in parts. It's going to sound kind of chunky. Your job is to put it together and to make it sound like a real word. Are you ready? I'll know you're ready because your eyes will be on me and you'll be listening. That's a great way. Sophie, show me you're ready to go. Adam, thank you. Ben, thank you. All right. First word. Teaspoonful. What word?
Teaspoonful.
Nice job. Your job is to say it like it's a real word. I'm going to say it like I'm reading it in parts, slowly. Your job is to read it the fast way, like a real word. Next word. Tornado.
Tornado.
Awesome job saying it. Next time, wait until I say what word or until I say it. Try it again. Tornado. What word?
Tornado.
Awesome. Moving on to the next one. Reconsider. Wait. Go.
Reconsider.
Comprehend. Go.
Comprehend.
All right, this next time, I'm going to say this next word in parts. But this time, when I point to you, I want you to say it. I'll only do that during an oral activity or when I know you can have your eyes on me because you don't need your books right now. I know that you can be focused on me. So this is a visual cue that I want you to be paying close attention to. So when I take my hand like this, and I bring it down to you, when I go from my top to the bottom, that's when I want you to say it. So you have to be watching me to be ready to go. Got it? Professional.
Professional.
Let's say that again fast, right? What word?
Professional.
Nice job. All right, we're going to move on now to activity B.
Activity B.
I really like the way that Sienna pointed it to it as I said activity B. I like the way that Adam did. There are 2 sounds in activity B. When we see the letters AY, it typically says A. Point to the letters AY. When we see those letters AY, it typically says A. What sound?
A.
Moving on over to AI. Point to AI. Thank you, Brianna, for pointing quickly. Remember, you can use your pencil, you can use your finger. It does not matter to me, just as long as you're pointing. When we see those 2 letters, they typically say A as well. What sound?
A.
I want you to look real quickly. There's words underneath those sounds, similarly to it that we had in phonics for reading. But the word underneath it will help us figure out the sound. So I'm going to point to it up here now. What sound?
A.
Say it again. What sound?
A.
What sound?
A.
AY says.
A.
AI says.
A.
Nice job. Activity B is done. All right, so now we're on to activity C.
Activity C.
I want you to read that title with me. When I say go, we're going to read that title. Activity C says vowel conversion. Say it with me. Vowel conversion. What I want you to do is when we come to a vowel, I first want you to say the vowel's name, and then I want you to say the sound. If you look to these examples here, first we're going to say the sound, then we're going to say the name. So the sound In cat, the A says ah. What does the A say?
Ah.
Now the name for this particular letter, what do we call that letter? Say it.
A.
As in labor. As in what word?
Labor.
So first we say the sound, then we say the name. Say that with me. First we say the...
Sound.
Oh, I can wait until I have everybody. First we say the...
Sound.
Then we say the...
Name.
Okay, one more time. First we say the...
Sound.
Then we say the...
Name.
All right, so first, when we look at this vowel, we would say the sound. When I say the word sound, you're going to say the sound. When I say name, you're going to say the name. You ready? Sound. We'll try it again. So the sound is ah. What sound?
Ah.
Say the sound.
Ah.
Say the name.
A.
So the name is A, the sound is ah. We'll try it again. Hey, no, it's all right. This is our first day doing it. Confusion's going to happen. So watch me. You're not going to say anything. You ready? I'm going to act as both the teacher and the student right now. So first we say the sound. Sound, ah, name, A. Try it with me. Sound, ah, name, A. Let's try it now with this vowel. So this vowel, this sound says I. What sound?
I.
As in the word sit. The name says I. What sound?
I.
Or what name? Excuse me, I messed up too. So what name?
I.
As in the word pilot. So the sound is I. The name is I. Ready? What sound? I. What name? I. All right, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to practice the sound and the name for each one of those vowels, and we're going to do it together. I can tell that Luke's practicing. I can hear him whispering while he's practicing. All right, eyes up. I like where Owen's eyes sprang up right away. Thank you, Trey and Carter. We ready? Sound.
Ah.
Name.
A.
A little bit louder for me so I can hear you. Sound.
Ah.
Name.
A.
Sound.
I.
Name.
I.
Awesome. Check mark. Right on activity C. Moving on to activity D.
Activity D.
Activity D, we're going to be reading parts of real words. Most of the time, these parts do not make a real word. I really like the way Carter's eyes are on me. Thank you, Sam. Most of the time, these parts aren't going to be from real words. I want you to take a moment, or you're going to follow along with me as I go through activity D. I want you to read through all of the parts in line 1. Read through all of the parts in line 1. When you're done, put your hands on your head. All right, I'm going to point to one of these parts. I'm going to point to it. The purpose, just like in phonics or readings, I'm going to give you time to think about it in your head and be ready to say it aloud. For this step, you'll have to be following along with me because just like in phonics or reading, I might move around. I might not go in order. So I can tell that Sienna's ready to go. What part? Tame. What part?
Tame.
Say it again.
Tame.
What part?
Mitt.
Mitt. What part?
Mitt.
Strapped.
Strapped.
Nice job, follow my hand. Mid. What part?
Mid.
I want you to read through line 2. And you can say all those parts with your hands on top of your head. All right, when we see this asterisk, you see this here, there's an asterisk 1. Count how many asterisks there are in lines 1, 2, 3, 4. Put them on your fingers when you've counted. This little symbol right here. There's 1, 2, 3 asterisks. When we see the asterisk, this is what it's going to look like. Ready for it? What name?
A.
Say it.
A.
Try it again. What name?
T.
What name?
A.
What part?
Ta.
We'll try it again. When that asterisk is here, the asterisk is here to help you figure out the sound for that part. If that name is A, that part is T. We'll try it again. What name?
A.
What name? A. What part? T. We'll try it again here. What name? A. What part? Day. I like that Alex is following along up here. What part? What part?
Trash.
I want you to read through lines 3 and 4. When you can read all of those parts, put your hands on top of your head. A really good strategy to do here would be to whisper read those, because as soon as you have to do it out loud, it changes. All right. What part? All together, what part?
Men.
What part?
Trash.
What part?
Vit.
Say it again. What part?
Vit.
What part?
Vit.
All together, waiting for everybody's voice. Try to follow along with us. What part?
Vit.
Alex, waiting for you as well. What part?
Man.
Man. What part?
Man.
What part?
Man.
K. What part?
K.
What part?
K.
What part?
L.
What part?
L.
Remember the strategy. First, we say the name. What's the name?
I.
What part?
Try.
Nice job. Turn to your partner. Give your partner a high five. Cross off activity D. Say nicely done.
Nicely done. Activity.
Read the directions with me. Go.
Underlining vowels in words.
We're going to do exactly that. We're going to take the vowels that we learned from the page before, and we're going to underline them. First, I want you to watch me. And here's what I want your hands to look like when I say watch me. I'll say watch me, and your hands can be just like this, in your lap, and your eyes will be on me. Let's try it. Watch me.
Watch me.
Fine, you can call it that. Am I right, Pat? Okay. So I'm thinking as I'm doing this, I know that if there are 2 parts, there's 2 vowel combinations. If there's 1 vowel combination, that word has 1 part. If there's 3 vowel combination, that word's going to have 3 parts. If there's 4 vowel combination, that word's going to have.
4.
If there were 15 vowel combinations, how many parts would that have?
15.
So I'm going to underline the vowel combinations. I see A, and as I'm underlining them, I'll do it in a color you can see a little bit better. And as I'm underlining them, I'm going to say it. So I would say A, 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 A. Now your turn. Underline the vowel in line 1 only. Get ready to review the sounds with me. I'm going to point to the sound, and when I say what sound, you're going to say it. I can tell that Ray's ready to go because his eyes are up here. I can tell that Adam's ready to go. Thank you, Noah, for your intense focus. Your posture even changed. Show me you're ready to go. What sound? What sound? What sound? Say it again. What sound? What sound? Say this one again. What sound? What sound? Now, go through lines 2, 3, 4, and 5. I want you to underline all the vowels in those words. I'm going to do the same. Be ready to correct your work. Thank you, Carter, for showing me that you were done. That's a great way. You can still practice those, right, with your hands in your head? So that's a great way of showing me that you're done, because as soon as everybody's done, we can move on. We don't have to waste any time. All right, eyes up. I want you to check out the board. I want you to check your work with mine. All right. We're going to follow this repeatable pattern. I'm going to say what sound, you're going to say the sound in the word. I'm going to say what sound, you're going to say the sound again. Then I'm going to say what part, I'm going to loop under it, just like phonics for reading. Loop under the other part, then we're going to make it a real word. Ready? You can watch me. Thank you, Sienna, for putting your eyes on me. I'll wait till I have everyone's eyes. Thank you, Chris, for your eyes. What sound? Say it again. What sound? We'll try it again. We have what sound? What sound? Nice job. What part? Everybody, what part? What part? Word.
Pathway.
What sound? Say it again. What word?
Waste.
Can you see over there? Am I in your way? No? Okay. What sound? What sound? Sound is ah. What sound? What part? What part?
Land.
What word?
Mainland.
Let's do it together. This time I need to hear everybody doing it. I'll wait till I have everyone's eyes though. Brendan and Ray, the next time I have to talk to you, it's the time to think for. What part?
Main.
Everyone again. What part?
Main.
What part?
Land.
What word?
Mainland.
Do you hear the difference between the first 2 times that you did it and that last time? Not if you heard the difference. I'm going to put a star right here. I want you to put a star right there. Mine doesn't save, so please put a star right there on line 1. That's what we need to pick up next time when we leave line 1 again. In activity.
Activity.
Make sure rows are here. If they're not, we can't be successful. Awesome. So activity in line 1. Here's the pattern. This is what it's going to sound like. I'm going to say what sound. You're going to say the sound. Then I'm going to say what sound. You're going to say the sound again. And then we're going to break the word into parts. So let's try it again in line 1 that we've already done. What sound? Oh, I got to have everybody's eyes up here, remember? All right. What sound? What sound? Did you hear the difference the second time when everybody did it? Okay, keep that in mind. What part? What part?
Way.
Sound. Word.
Waste.
Sound. Sound. Sound is ah. What sound? Part.
Main.
Part.
Land.
Word.
Mainland.
Sound. The sound is A. What sound?
A.
Sound.
A.
Part.
Main.
Part.
Tain.
Word.
Maintain.
Nice job. I'll wait till I have everyone's eyes. Remember, these loops, this is a good point to stop. Me looping under the word is not something that needs to be in your books. The underlining does, but this loop doesn't. So this is a point where you can close your notebook, put your pencil in it, and just follow along on the board. That way it's not a distraction. I'll wait till all notebooks are closed. Thank you, Owen, for doing that right away. Okay. You can close your notebook right now and just follow it up here. All right. Think. Sound.
A.
Sound.
A.
Everybody, part.
Mid.
Part.
Day.
Word.
Midday.
Nice. Sound.
A.
Sound.
A.
Part.
Ra.
Part.
In.
Word.
Rapid.
Is this sounding familiar?
Yes.
This pattern? Okay, let's see if we can move it a little bit more quickly. Sound.
A.
Sound.
A.
Part.
Flash.
Part.
Back.
Word.
Flashback.
Sound.
A.
Sound.
A.
Sound is A. What sound?
A.
Sound.
A.
Sound is A. What sound?
A.
A. What sound?
A.
What sound?
A.
We'll try that again. What sound?
A.
What sound?
A.
Part.
A.
Word part.
Hay.
Part.
Sack.
Word.
Haystack.
Nice. Sound.
A.
You know what I really like? It. You're waiting and you're not saying it as soon as I point. Sound.
A.
Part.
Milk.
Part.
Man.
Think of the part man. Okay. Is it ain or a? Is it? So is this saying the sound or is it saying the main? Main or man. So this is not. This is, excuse me, a. What sound?
A.
What sound?
A.
What sound?
Milk.
What sound?
Milk.
Make sure you're listening carefully. Try again. We're going to start with this word from scratch. I'm going to erase it. So we have I. What sound?
I.
A. What sound?
A.
Milk. What part?
Milk.
Man. What part?
Man.
On your own. Sound.
I.
Sound.
I.
Sound.
A.
Part.
Milk.
Part.
Man.
Word.
Milkman.
Got that time. Think. Sound.
A.
Sound.
A.
Part.
Rail.
Part.
Way.
Word.
Railway.
Try to read the speaking. Sound.
A.
Sound.
A.
Sound.
In.
Part.
Cabin.
Part.
In.
Word.
Cabin.
Let's do that one again. Sound.
A.
Sound.
In.
Part.
Cab.
Part.
In.
Word.
Cabin.
I like how you said that quickly. All right. AI says.
A.
AI says A. AI says A. What does AI say?
A.
Word.
Plane.
All right. What I'm going to have you do is a 10-second rapid read. Look at your notebook. On your notebook, there's a number. If you're partner 1, raise your hand. When I say go, you're going to have 10 seconds to read as many words as you can in lines 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Partner 2, raise your hand. You're going to count how many words they read. All right? When I say stop, you're going to write down the number. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to switch roles. When I say 3, it's time for partner 2 to read. Okay, here are the directions one more time. Ones, when I say go, you're going to read as many words in lines 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to say stop. Twos, raise your hand. Twos, you're going to write down how many words your partner read. You can write it down right here. And then I'm going to say switch. And then you're going to switch roles. All right, readers, get ready. Here's what I want it to look like, though. Because it's going to be really loud in here, I want you to turn. You guys are going to turn and face each other. Turn. You don't have to turn your whole body, but just turn your face and your shoulders to face that person. Lean in. You guys are too far away. Get closer. You're going to lean in. That way you don't have to shout, and that person can hear you. Noah, I'll be right over to be your partner in a second. You guys can get closer. All right. On your mark. Get set. Read. And stop. Raise your hand if it was hard to keep track of how many words your partner read. I know it was for me. I had trouble keeping track of how many words it was. Class guys?
Yes, yes.
On your mark. You're ready to switch. 1, 2, 3, go.
Halfway, waist, midland, maintain, even lay down at the so wait, how you twist until you break the thing down and wait until I am the time. No way, okay,
And stop. Take a second to tell your partner how they did. If you look to activity F.
Activity F.
Activity F says it's an oral activity. So again, in activity F, you need not follow along in your books. So I like the way that Luke closes books so that it's not distraction, but his pencils are ready to go because he doesn't want to waste any time getting to that next page. I like that Trey's eyes are on me. In activity F, your job is to make the word that I read a real word. Sometimes when we come across larger words and we break them into parts, sometimes the parts don't sound right or they don't make sense. So sometimes those words become different than what they really should sound like. So I'm going to read them incorrectly. Your job is to be a detective. You're going to think about how that word sounds. Maybe you can change one of the word parts to make it a real word. So the first word is husband. Have you met? Excuse me, I'll wait. Your job is to think right now, so your voices are going to be at a level 0. Have you met Mrs. Smith's husband? What should the word be?
Husband.
Got the process? Okay, here's the next word. Hotel. We were on vacation and we stayed in a hotel. What word?
Hotel.
Timid. The quiet boy was very timid. What word?
Timid.
What word?
Timid.
Captain. The captain steered the boat to the dock. What word?
Captain.
Above. When I hold a book over a table, I am holding the book above the table. What word?
Above.
Nice job. Check mark. Activity F. Activity G.
Activity G.
I love the way that when I said that, fingers pointed right to activity G. We're going to be learning in rewards about prefixes. Prefixes come at the beginning. Where do prefixes come?
Beginning.
Here's what I want you to say, though, is if I were to face the same direction as you, the beginning of a word would start with where my left hand would be, correct? The end would come over here. So when I say prefixes come at the beginning, you're going to do this with your hand. So prefixes come at the beginning. Where do they come? At the beginning. So we'll try that again. This time I want everyone doing that with their hands. So prefixes come at the
Beginning.
We're going to try it again because remember I said everyone and not everyone did it. Some people are choosing not to, so we're going to try it one more time. This time everyone's going to do it. Prefixes come at the
Begin.
So you got your hand right here like this would be the beginning, this would be the end. We'll try it again one more time. Prefixes come at the
Beginning.
Nice job. So I'm going to read a word. I want you guys to follow along with me. The word is disagree. What word?
Disagree.
Prefix dis. Say it.
Dis.
Next word is misprint. What word?
Misprint.
Prefix miss. What prefix?
Miss.
Next word is abnormal. What word?
Abnormal.
Prefix ab. What prefix?
Ab.
Last word, admit. What word?
Admit.
Prefix add. What prefix?
Add.
We're going to try that again though, because not everybody was speaking. So if not everybody's speaking, we all do it together again as a group for whatever activity it may be. So if you notice, if you're looking next to someone and you kind of peek over and you don't hear them, make sure you give them a quiet reminder. And you might say like this, hey, make sure you're talking. Okay? Because if we're not all doing it, we have to do it again. All right? From the top. Word is disagree. What word?
Disagree.
Prefix dis. What prefix?
Dis.
Word is misprint. What word?
Misprint.
Prefix miss. What prefix?
Miss.
Word is abnormal. What word?
Abnormal.
Prefix ab. Say it.
Ab.
Word is admit. What word?
Admit.
Prefix add. What prefix?
Add.
Nice job. I saw us doing a better job of being all together. Get ready. I'm going to point to a prefix. I'm going to say it. You're going to say it. I'm not doing them in order, so you got to follow along up here. Say it.
Dis.
Say it.
Ab.
Say it.
Miss.
Say it.
Add.
Go.
Miss.
Go.
Dis.
Go.
Ab.
Go.
Add.
Go.
Dis.
Go.
Miss.
Go.
Ab.
Go.
Add.
Nice job. Put a check mark on activity G. Moving over to activity H.
Activity H.
I really like those of you that pointed to it, sends a message to me and says, I know where we're at. I'm ready to go, Mr. King. If you look at those directions there, I want you to point and follow along with your finger the directions as I read them. Make sure your partner knows where it's at. Activity H. Make sure it's in your lap, ready to go. We're going to be circling prefixes and suffixes. Get ready with your hands, Miss Morat. Prefixes come at the
Beginning.
I liked it. Sapphire was ready. All together, though, we're going to do it again. Prefixes come at the
Beginning.
The directions are simple and as follows. It says circle prefixes and suffixes. Right now, I want you just to underline pre in prefixes. We're only circling the prefixes. Some words may not have a prefix. Some words may only have one. Some words might even have two prefixes. You remember back to our phonics for reading, we had some words that had two prefixes and maybe two suffixes. But for right now, we're just going to circle all the prefixes. Watch me for line 1. This is what it looks like. So I'm thinking, as I'm in line 1, I'm thinking, miss is a prefix I just learned. If I look at the word dash, I don't see a prefix there. And then, I just learned about ab. So in line 1, I am done. I want you to take the time. As you're circling all these prefixes, take some time to look at these sounds in these words and the parts and be ready to read them. So right now, I want you to circle all the prefixes in activity H. You can show me that you've corrected all those by having your hands on your head. That way I'll know you're ready to go. Awesome, Luke. Thank you for showing me you're ready to go. Those of you that are finishing up and done, make sure you correct yours with mine. Looking through each line, I can see that Ray's checking his work, so is Adam. His eyes are going back and forth from my page to his. This is an activity where I want you to watch me. So if you would right now, if you close your book, put your pencil in it so that way you can get to the correct page again. Because I'm going to move around. Can you guys on the corner see all right?
Yeah.
If you need to, maybe you guys, the row can scoot back a little bit. Chris, you ready to go? What part?
Miss.
What part?
Miss.
Word.
Misfits.
Say it with some excitement, all right? Come on now. Activity 8.
Activity 8.
And today I'm going to teach you a new, different strategy that we're going to use to practice, and it's called the cross-out game, or the cross-out game. Raise your hand if you're partner 1. Raise your hand if you're partner 2. This is how it's going to work. I'm going to practice this with Noah. Noah and I are going to act like partners right now. If we're playing the cross-out game, this is how it works. Noah's going to read a word, and as Noah reads that word, I'm going to cross it out on my page. He's got his marker ready so that when he's done, I'm going to read a word. Noah, you can start.
Mint.
Mint. Abstract. Noah's crossing that on his.
Misfit.
Fit. I say it as he says it so that I can mark it at the same time. And now I'm going to say abstain.
Aim.
Aim. Distant. Nod your head if you understand the directions. Ones, you're going to start first. And then go. Any more? Get set. Go.
Misfit.
When I say go, I want you to read the word all together. I'm going to do a better job. One thing that I learned from the video, watching myself in the video, is that I sometimes didn't give you enough time to think about the word. So I'm going to move quickly, but your job, just like Luke is right now, I can tell he's ready to go because his eyes are up here. He's sitting up straight, ready to go. Your job is to watch where I'm pointing, and in your mind, this is what you need to be thinking. When I point here, this is what happens in your brain. You're thinking, disclaim, disclaim, disclaim. And you're trying to say the word in your head so that when I say go, or when I say it, or when I point to you, you're ready to say the word. Show me that you're ready. Awesome. I love the posture, sitting up straight, ready to go. I'm going to move all around, so this is where you don't need your notebook, so just ignore it. Go. Go.
Dismay.
Go.
Disclaim.
Go.
Abstract.
Go.
Dash.
Go.
Abstain.
Go.
Misprint.
Go.
Mainsail.
Go.
Misfit.
Go.
Amiss.
Go.
Disclaim.
Go.
Dismay.
Go.
Miscast.
Go.
Backspin.
Go.
Misprint.
Go.
Distance.
Go.
Aim.
Go.
Mislay.
Go.
Mishap.
Nice. Good job waiting. Go.
Mingsdale.
Go.
Misfit.
Tricky. Go.
Misprint.
Awesome. Can you review those words in your head? Read them quietly as we repair and put a check mark next to activity H. Activity I.
Activity I.
We're going to be learning the meanings of some prefixes and suffixes. The first prefix is miss, meaning wrongly. I like when I have eyes on me. Wrongly, wrong, or not. So if you miscalculated something, that means that you did something wrong. Calculation is what we do in math all the time, so that means you had the wrong calculation or the wrong answer. So, I want you to think down to dis. Dis means the not. Excuse me, dis means not or opposite of. Thank you, Juliana, for your eyes. This means not or opposite of. So if you are disorganized, you are not organized. Nice job. I want you to take a moment. Please fill in the blanks as I read line A. Love seeing eyes up here. This is a point where you can follow along in your notebooks or here. Someone who does not
fit
with the rest of the group, a person whose looks, ideas, or behavior are quite different from a certain
group.
You're going to look to line 1 there. In line 1 of activity H that we were just in, you will find the correct word. When you found that correct word, please put it on the line here. Eyes up when you're done. A great way is putting your eyes up. You can put your hands on your head. Those are awesome ways to show me, because as soon as you show me you're ready to move on, we can go through this much more quickly. All right. So a person, or excuse me, what word means someone who does not fit?
Misfit.
Let's try it again. Watch my hand up here. Like this, then you'll say it. What word means someone that does not fit?
Misfit.
Nice. So, if everyone showed up at a party wearing costumes and somebody showed up not wearing one, that person would be a
Misfit.
all right. And in what other situations might someone be a misfit? This time though, when I'm gonna say turn and talk. Remember, in here you don't need to raise your hands. You're gonna have time to think. I'll give you some time to wait. Think in what situations would someone or something be a misfit? Now that you got time, I'm going to tell you and ask you to turn and talk. Listen to that carefully. Turn first. Nice. I like how there's a visual change. And talk about that question. Go. Oh, class.
Oh, yes.
One example that I heard of, Sienna was talking, and she was, or not Sienna, Sapphire was talking about Sienna, and Sapphire was saying, let's say, for example, that all the girls in Mr. Campbell's class signed up for Girls on the Run, with the exception of Sienna. Sienna would be a misfit. She didn't fit with the rest of the girls in the class who signed up for Girls on the Run. Does that make sense? I heard a lot of really good examples. Raise your hand if you had a different example. Lots of good examples. Awesome. We're going to move on to part 2. And line B, please fill in the blanks. I really like that. 2 things happen there. Half of you put your eyes here. The other half put your eyes in your book. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. But having your eyes on it, ready to go. To do the opposite of
Claim.
to give up claim. Please find in line B the word that fits with that definition. When you've got that word, write it down and put your hands on your head. It's amazing what can happen when you see yourself. What word means to do the opposite of claim?
Disclaim.
Nice. So if you give up your claim to something you own, you
Disclaim it.
I love that you added that word on there at the end. Sometimes it wouldn't make sense if we just said you disclaim. Does that sound right? No, it doesn't. So if you give up something you own, you disclaim it. Awesome. Put a star in there so you got that part done. Star A. We'll move on to line C.
Line C.
A word or?
Phrase.
Oh, I didn't let you know, but you got to be ready to go. We'll start again at the beginning. A word or phrase
That
was printed
wrongly.
a printing error. Find that word in line 7. When you've got it, put your thumb on your nose. What word means something that was printed wrongly?
Misprint.
Misprint. A really great thing to do here, there is no excuse for spelling these words incorrectly. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Because they're right there for you. You just looked at that word. What do we call a printing error? What do we call a printing error? Remember, hands down, you're just thinking. Be ready to say it though. We call it a
Misprint.
nice. Put a check mark on activity I.
Activity I.
On to activity J.
Activity J.
When we get to the spelling portion, the process is as follows. The first thing you do when I say activity J, fist up in the air, is I won't move on until I have everybody's hands up. I'm going to read a word for you. When I have everybody's hands in the air, I'll read that word. When I read that word, your hand is up because you're going to put up the number of parts that word has on your hand. First word, admit. What word?
Admit.
Say it the real way. What word?
Admit.
How many parts?
2.
Spell each part of admit. Put your fist on your head like this. Show me you're ready to go. When everybody's fists are there, we can move on to the next word. Thank you, Eric, for showing me you're ready to go. If you think you're tough enough, you can try to keep your arm up in the air the whole time. Next word. Next word is miscast. Oh, what word?
Miscast.
First part.
Miscast.
Second part. What word?
Miscast.
How many parts?
2.
Spell miscast. Miscast. Word 3.
Word.
Fist up. Once we got everybody, somebody next to you doesn't have to fist up. Quick. Thank you. Word 3. Abstain.
Abstain.
How many parts?
2.
First part.
Abstain.
Second part. What word?
Abstain.
Spell abstain. Fists up, ready to go. When you're ready to move on to the last and final word. Word 4.
Word 4.
Display.
Display.
What word?
Display.
How many parts?
2.
First part. Second part.
Display.
Spell display. Got it? So as we're correcting, I'm going to award some points. So this is what I'm thinking as I'm spelling admit. I'm thinking admit, A-D-M-I-T. If you spelled add correctly, give yourself 2 points. If you spelled mit correctly, give yourself 2 points. Nice job marking your points quickly. Nicely done. For miscast, give yourself 2 points for miss. Give yourself 2 points for cast. And abstain, give yourself 2 points for ab. And I want to give you 3 points. 3 points for stain because of that AI and how it says A. AI says what?
A.
And lastly, in word 3, give yourself 2 points for dis and 1 point for play. Very familiar word play is. Although, we know that AY says what? AY says? A. So I will give you 2 points because it has the AY that we're learning in there. So if you got that correct, give yourself 2 points for it. Now that we're done, I want you to put a check mark on activity J.
Activity J.
Activity K.
Activity K.
You are going to learn some new vocabulary words. I want you to look at line 1 in activity J. I see Carter's looking at his notebook, but then I see some people looking at the board. It doesn't matter either way. Think about what word is that word in line 1 in bold. That word is what?
Distract.
If something distracts you, if someone or something distracts you, they take your attention away from what you're doing. If you are reading a book and loud music is playing, the music might
Distract you.
Nice job, I like how everybody responded. If you are taking a math test and a friend starts talking to you, the friend might
Distract you.
think. What are some things that might distract you if you were working on a project at home? Just think. Turn. Wait for it, and talk.
Oh.
Sophie, what's something that might distract you if you're working on a project at home? Nice and loud. Even louder. Her sibling. Raise your hand if your sibling might distract you from working on a project at home. Oh, Sophie, hands up. I like the way you work.
I like the way you work.
And Trey.
Two dogs barking.
So dogs barking at home might distract you. Trey, hands up. Let's blow it up for Trey. Boom, Trey.
Boom, Trey.
Moving on to our next word. I want you to look at line 2. Line 2, get ready to read that word. In line 2, the word is bold. The word is?
Admit.
If you admit that something bad or embarrassing isn't true, you agree, often unwillingly, that it is true. If you hurt someone's feelings, you might not want to
Admit it.
I like that you added that word. You know what I really like, Eric, that you did? I like that you stressed it, that I could really hear it clearly that you added that word on there. So let's try that again. If you hurt someone's feelings, you might not want to
Admit it.
Do you hear that difference? Brendan, I want you to think about your posture and what message you're sending. Think, what are some things a person might not want to admit? Just think. Turn. Hold everyone's turn. We'll try that again. Face forward. I don't like the way that works. We can do that better than that. When I say turn, you're going to turn. When I say talk, you can talk. You ready? Turn. And talk.
Okay,
Oh, class.
oh, yes.
What might be something that somebody does not want to admit? Madeline.
Yes.
Well, maybe if you robbed a place and you admit it to the police.
Yeah, you might not want to admit it to the police. You probably would, because I know in here we all live with what key of excellence?
Integrity.
Integrity. So yeah, this group, if they did make a mistake like that, I can count on you guys. I'm sure you'd turn yourselves in, but it might not be something you'd want to admit right away. One more. Oh, Madeline, hands up. We love your brain.
We love your brain.
And lastly, Sophie. Calling on twice. If you hurt somebody, Also, you know what they call that, like in the car world? They call that like a hit and run. You hit somebody's car and you drive away, they call it a hit and run. You might not want to admit that. But again, in here we live with what, Gabe? Excellence?
Integrity.
Yeah, so we don't have to worry about that. I want you to put a big old star right over activity H. We just wrapped up this lesson. I want you to reach your right hand up. Activity K. Reach your right hand up. Ms. and I. Make sure it's your right hand. If you didn't put your right hand up, you might not want to admit that. And drop it down. Give yourself a pat on the back. Say, nicely done.
Nicely done.
Direction.